How much value do you put on things like Twitter and Facebook? And in terms of perhaps a small business, you're running it yourself, you're the owner-operator, how much time should you be dedicating to keeping the word out there and, logging back onto Twitter and seeing what's happening, and when you've got other things, sort of perhaps some people might see as more practical things to do?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, getting the balance right is hard. The thing is, if you can see it working for yourself, then maybe you can start to get to a point where you can start to outsource a little bit of that to take some of the pressure off, which I'm always a big fan of, delegating as much as possible is feasible. Yeah. In terms of Twitter and Facebook and those, I think they're absolutely vital. I mean, the fact is that Facebook now has about 600 million people on it, so, over a twelfth of the planet. And they're engaged people, because the average user uses Facebook now for about 6 hours a month. So we're not talking about a passive user base, we're talking about an active user base. Now, when you've got over a twelfth of the planet on a website that's being used 6 hours a month by all of them, 6 hours a week on average by all of them, what you've got to say is that it's unfathomable that your clients aren't there. They must be there. So it's a platform to engage them because they're already on it. So I think those things are absolutely vital. I think where people fall down is how to use them. Okay. Because I think people are still using Facebook and Twitter. They think of them very much as tools rather than thinking of them strategically as part of what they do with their marketing mix. And I think that's where some people fall down. So I think it's vital to be on Twitter, it's vital to be on LinkedIn, it's vital to be on Facebook, I say it's vital to be on YouTube. Maybe the big four I'd sort of name straight away. Yeah. I accept time is always difficult, but I think if you can use them in the right way and see yourself reaping the rewards, then A, you're more enthusiastic to do it, it's not such a chore, and B, perhaps then you can start to afford to be able to outsource a little bit of that and take some of the pressure off, because they are time consuming.
For you yourself, we just had a little chat earlier about your whereabouts today. I think your car is going to be maybe another couple of thousand miles over what it was yesterday. How do you keep your work-life balance, having a business yourself?
So I think it's discipline. So there's a couple of things. I only do what I think I have to do. If I ever catch myself doing something that really I don't need to be doing, I look for somebody else needs to be doing it, because I think otherwise there's no quality of life and those. So I think those issues are really important, to try and be quite disciplined with that, and also disciplined with the way I work. So I do spend a lot of my time on the road and travelling around, but I will book whole weeks out of my diary. I'm just at home and I'll work from home, and then there I can pick the kids up from school and be when the kids come home. And so for me it's just discipline. It's just my job, because big part of my job is speaking for a living. Because you can't speak in one place. Unfortunately, I'm not Elvis, they won't all come to Vegas to see me, so I've got to go wherever the audience is, as it were. So there are other weeks I just book out the diary and say, look, there are weeks at home, and then it's having the discipline. It's not easy to turn the thing when someone rings you up and says, can you speak then, and it's a home week, to say no. which isn't always an easy thing to do, to say no.
No, that's one of the hardest things, it seems to be.
But I think you have to have that discipline, otherwise as a small business owner it's hard.
And lastly, for someone who's thinking about starting a business, and they've perhaps got a bit of a budget planned out, how much in your whole would you commit to marketing these days, compared to, I suppose, what you talk about in the book? Things have changed a lot in the last couple of decades.
It's a really big question. I don't know. I mean, what I would say is most businesses don't give enough to marketing, and that's why it doesn't work, part of the reason. And it doesn't have to be budget, it can be time. Right. Marketing costs. Marketing is an investment of either time or money, or both. Yeah. But I think that today, marketing is so important for any business, because actually the marketing is often the differential. And I'll explain what I mean by that. But we live in a world now where we have so much choice and everything's the same. Actually, what's different today is the nuances. I always tell the story, that Henry Ford says you can have any car you want as long as it's black, any colour and when he said that, it wasn't restrictive, it was liberating. Because what he was doing is he was making the motor car affordable to the working class Americans. So they were liberated by that statement, not restricted. You wouldn't go to a Toyota garage today if they told you they only did it in black. You'd probably walk out again. You wouldn't accept that. Because today, Henry Ford was allowing people to come to the party. Today we're all at the party. Apart from the the least well off in society. Today, what's the difference between really rich people and probably your average Joe in the street? We've all got mobile phones. We might have different ones. We've all got cars. We've all got laptops. We're all going on holiday. If you're not so well off, you might go Ryanair and stay in a self-catering apartment. If you're well off, you might go, another airline and stay in a 5-star hotel. What I'm saying is the difference today is the nuances. It's actually the experiences. 25 years ago, a lot of people without low-cost air travel couldn't afford to go away. Now we can all afford to go away.
Yeah.
It's just that we're doing it in different ways. So the difference is the experience and the nuance. And so that customer experience and those nuances is actually what differentiates a business. It's not often what you do anymore. It's not the core of what you do. It's the value around what you do.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's dealt with in the marketing and thinking strategically about the business. So I think today it's absolutely vital to give it enough time. The great thing for a small business who perhaps don't have a lot of money is you don't need money. But what you really need to do is really think about it creatively and strategically.
Yeah.
Where do you lie in the marketplace? What problems do you solve for your customer? Where is the value add around what you do? If you can get those questions right, you don't need the money, but you need to be really clear about your thinking and where you're going.
Mm-hmm. And where can our readers get onto you and find out more about sticky marketing?
So the easiest place to do that is stickymarketing.com.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the book Sticky Marketing is available there, but also, as most other books these days, are on Amazon, so they can go there as well.
And see you speaking at a business event near them.
And absolutely, yeah.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks very much for having me. Thank
Okay,
you.
cheers.
Thanks.